Um, Hello everyone. I did not really expect for this to happen on my stream. Um, we sometimes we talk about politically charged topics, and I try to give my opinions and also be welcoming to other viewpoints. I try not to like overly pick sides on stuff. Um, I could not sit idly by and not comment on this. Um, I don't have a big platform. Um, Not that many people really, I think, care what I have to say about politics, and that's fine because I can let the clips speak for themselves. And I think any reasonable person would realistically come to the same conclusion. Um, Fair warning: if you do not want to hear some absolutely fucking grotesque shit about the Epstein files, now's your time to click off. Okay? We're not going to get into like crazy details. We're just going to show what they talk about. But if this is the correct clip, I think I've been seeing this roam around. I believe I pulled up the correct clip. It's already in these first 5 minutes, just some heinous fucking shit that is said. Um, Before I start this clip, hold on. I want to see if I can pull up the live chat so I can see what you guys are saying. I have some things to preface before I start the clip here. I hope you guys are all doing well, man. I really do. I really do. Now more than ever, do we need a time to unify as American citizens, or if you're not an American citizen, as just people of the world, as good people of the world. Yeah, I mean, if you're religious, as God-fearing people, good Christians, good whatever, right? Like whatever you are, right? Like now more than ever, we need to come together as a people and fight the evil that is plaguing our world. I don't know how, like, a better way of putting it. Like, this is satanic shit, bro. So yeah, that's your fair warning, man. If you don't want to hear about it, which I understand, not everybody wants to hear about this all the time, click off. I had to share like my thoughts on this. I couldn't help myself. Quick things to preface before we start here today. This is not me condemning the Republican Party as a whole, or like celebrating the Democratic Party. If you're not an American, then maybe this doesn't matter to you. But yeah, I am an independent. I do not believe, frankly, I don't believe that either party is actually supporting the American people. Hot take, I guess. I don't care. I'm not trying to say this party's good, this one's bad. What I am trying to say is that Donald Trump, our president, is a despicable piece of shit. I'm a very proud American. I'm a patriot. I love this country. And I'm grateful that I had I'm grateful that I was born here. That was just up to chance. I didn't get to choose that. And I recognize all the privileges that I was born into as an American citizen. And I only want the best for this country. I find it incredibly embarrassing that Donald Trump is our president. We're going to go into some things today. It's some really dark shit. Again, last warning. I'm not going to talk about this again. Like, click off if you don't want to hear it. I understand that. This isn't something that people want to look at all the time. But for me, this is, I had to go live. Like, I literally, like, I wasn't going to go live, and then now I'm live. Yeah. I think that's all the prefaces that I wanted to say, right? So yeah, I don't want the fucking comments or whatever to be people bickering about, like, political ideals and which party is right or which one's wrong and which one's like fucking sheeple. I don't care. I don't care about what you guys have to say. Please, God, do not do that. This is not the intention of this stream. The intention of this stream is to just show that Donald Trump, like, is literally fucking Satan, and Pam Bondi has crawled so deep into Satan's asshole that she can't find her way out again. Same with Kash Patel, I guess. Yeah, I think let's just play the clip, man. Let's just play the clip. I had to say something, bro. And I don't care. Like, again, there's nothing against last point I think, because I think this is actually a relevant point to make before we go into this about the divisiveness of this country right now, and how people can get distracted, and that the actual evil people can turn this into Democrats versus Republicans. That's not what this is. That is not what this is. Okay, if you're a Republican, you have conservative values. That's great. Okay, we need to have a dialogue in this country, right, to find the best solution for everyone. That's not what this is. I really want to make that so very fucking clear, okay? There's a massive difference between supporting Donald Trump and being a conservative or a Republican. And if you support Donald Trump and you are going to leave hate comments or unsubscribe, I don't care. As a streamer, you're supposed to be you're not supposed to bring up politics because of this fact that you will alienate people. If I'm alienating supporters of Donald Trump, I could genuinely fucking care less. Again, that's so different from a Republican or a conservative, and I hope that you guys can understand that. If you are still a supporter of Donald Trump, you are either ignorant, whether it be intentional or unintentional, or just a deep-seated racist with hatred in your heart, or just a pedophile defender. I don't know what other words to put it as. If I've alienated you because you support Donald Trump, I don't fucking care, bro. Go watch somebody else. All right, let's start.
Photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew at various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed,
I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to turn it up really quick so we can actually hear what's going on. 1 second.
Redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, that we redacted the victim's
Because you were following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime.
She won't even look.
And more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous. and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm going to claim my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop
the clock.
The legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to
ridiculous.
take my time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement.
All right, if you again, last warning. If you guys don't want to hear some heinous shit, click off the video now.
Who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not
can
ask a
respond.
question, Ms.
He
Head.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't just
Madam
ad
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness.
I mean, there's nothing really else to say. It's just insane, bro. It is insane. I wanted to talk about this because in a recent stream, I was like mentioning. Sorry, man. Damn, dude. I'm at a loss for words. It's insane. Like again, and shout out to I'm sorry, who was this guy? Ted Lieu. Because, like, we needed somebody like this. Again, everybody fucking knows this already. That's the sad part to me, is that everybody fucking knows this shit, okay? This isn't, like, new information. Like, the specifics are the new information. In general, everybody already knows. And yet, you have people like Pam Bondi, and I guess people, like, running around like headless chickens or whatever, that still support Trump, and it's baffling to me. I don't understand it. So yeah, thank you to Ted Lieu to like providing some substantial opposition. I mean, yeah, we need to put these people in jail. I mean, of course they should get the death penalty and obvious and all this shit. I don't know, bro. I'm at a loss for words. Is it considered treason? I don't understand at this point. Is what Pam Bondi is doing considered treason at this point? I guess you would say no. Because, you know, I guess maybe that's not the correct interpretation, but I feel like it's kind of the same, if that makes sense. It's just despicable. It's just despicable. There's more clips to show, but fucking hell, man. I mean, there's this one. This is only 3 minutes. This probably gets to the more exact of what I'm looking to show.
To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi.
It didn't even show that.
You apologize to the survivors in your opening.
Let's take a look here. Let's see this actually being shown.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from New York.
They literally all stand
Thank you,
up.
Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bondi, I went over to the department yesterday.
I'm not
for a
liking that they're
couple of
not actually
hours
showing
to
that.
review some of the unredacted materials.
Yeah, right here.
Victims who are here, please stand up one more time. Just by show of hands, how many of you or your loved ones actually have met with the Department of Justice and provided testimony and estimate and evidence? None. And of those of you who have not met, which is everyone, how many of you have reached out either individually or through a lawyer or representative to offer to provide testimony and evidence? All of them. And of those of you, all of you who have reached out, how many of you were denied or ignored by the Department of Justice? All of them. And despite the shameful and despicable efforts by Ms. Bondi and her department to intimidate you, how many of you are still willing to speak to the Department of Justice? All of them. Well, Ms. Bondi, it looks like you have some more witnesses
Gentleman's
to
time
talk
has expired.
to, and I yield back.
We will go to the good gentleman from North Carolina, Congressman Knott.
Tyler Stamper says in chat, politics are so fucked. I tend to be in the middle politically and lean right on some issues and left on others, but the people who are so far gone that just start crashing out if you question them. Thank you for saying that. I feel the exact same way. That's why I made a preface at the start of the stream. I don't know if you were here for that or not. Of saying like, this is like, I'm trying it, like, please guys, do not turn this into a political argument of like right versus left, Democrats versus Republicans. I feel like that's missing the point and potentially like falling for what these evil people, like the bait these evil people are laying out to like get the attention off of them, if that makes sense, and turn this into just like political bullshitting. That's not the point, okay? It is not the point. Democrats versus Republicans, conservative versus liberals. That's not the point. I think you said it so perfectly, right? Where the average person that actually does sit in the middle and has an open ear to both sides, I feel like understands this, right? And it's just insane. Again, people like Pam Bondi, I understand what she's doing. We said this earlier. She's literally crawled so far into Satan's asshole, she cannot crawl her way back out. You know? She's stuck. She's doing it. It's so clear. It's so obvious what is happening to any rationally thinking human being. That's why there's like almost nothing to say. The clips speak for themselves. It's just mind-boggling that people, because I know these people. I've spoken to these people in person, and again, like, not everybody wants to talk about politics all the time. I get that, and it's not like I'm gonna like bring up to them and be like, hey, like, just so you know, like, I know you're a big MAGA guy, but will you at least admit that Trump's a pedophile? I don't even bother having this conversation with these people. Like, it's insane to me. You can be a conservative, you can be a Republican. There's nothing wrong with that. But please, God, admit it. Like, just admit that Trump is not the guy that should be representing your party. In fact, you should be ashamed as a conservative or Republican that is the leader of your party, and you should be demanding for a better representative. It's mind-boggling to me. I can't believe this. I can't believe the shit that is happening in our country right now. Again, I'm a proud patriot. I love this country. I'm a proud American. I'm so grateful to be a proud American, and I am so ashamed, disappointed, and like just astounded at the going-ons of the White House right now. And it's like, I have no words. All I can do is show you guys the clips. Again, I don't have the biggest platform ever. We don't usually talk about politics, but I couldn't just like not mention this. Okay. I couldn't not mention this. It's just insane to me. Again, I literally don't have to say anything. I can just show you the clips, and any rational human being will come to the same conclusion. It's despicable what these people are doing. It's literally Satanism. Okay. What was it? The Epstein's bank or whatever is like called Ball or some shit like that. Like, it's literally actual Satanism. That's not like a exaggeration. Like, it's literally Satanism. It's fucking crazy. Again, if you don't believe in God or whatever, that's fine. Just consider it as like the most heinous evil. It's like the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're religious or not. You can understand what I'm talking about. It's disgusting, bro. You can't even talk with people on the far side of either party because they are so set on their ways, they will not listen. That's true as well. Again, and I wanted to make that point clear, guys. Like please do not get distracted and allow this to become like a political talking point. It's not a political talking point. This is like a moral conundrum that is happening at the highest levels of government in our country that every single citizen should be outraged on. This is not Democrats versus Republicans. It's much bigger than that. It's sad because I think everyone knows at least one of these people. That I said this at the start of stream. If you are still a Trump supporter, it's ignorant, whether intentional or unintentional, or comes from a place of deep-seated hatred, right? Deep-seated racism, or I don't know. You find some excuse to defend a pedophile, or you're just so dumb, or like intentionally digging your head in the sand that you say, well, he's not a proven pedophile, like that's just conjecture. It's fucking not conjecture, dude. Like, do you really want to be like 5 years from now, do you really want to like look back and be like, yeah, I was that guy? It's insanity, bro. And again, I really want to make this point so very clear. I am not condemning the Republican Party or conservatives. I'm condemning Trump supporters and Donald Trump himself, or just pedophiles in general, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's like, holy shit, man. It blows my fucking mind. It blows my fucking mind. Tom Massey of Kentucky, one of the few Republicans who are calling this out. Those are the politicians I'm starting to grow more respect for, 100%. We need more people who aren't afraid to go against their party when it's clearly a fucked up situation. 100%. I'm so glad that you said this in chat, man. Shout out to you. I think that it's very obvious to the average rationally thinking adult in America. Like, I think that most of us are all on the same page here, which is why it's so astonishing the fucking circus act and like circle jerk that's happening right now. It's just like, it's crazy, bro. Like, people trying to keep rational thinking and logic and good morals and being a good human. Like trying to set that standard. And then other people just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like what Pam Bondi is doing here. It's just like, I don't have words for it. It's that insane. But the crazy thing is like, she's not actually crazy or actually dumb. This is the role that she has chosen to play. Right? Like, it's clear. I think everybody understands that Pam Bondi knows Trump is a pedophile. Right? She knows that. But this is the role that she's chosen to play. And the fact that people, again, most rational thinkers understand this and like point it out and say, this is despicable. You should be ashamed of yourself. She needs to end up in jail, again, along with Donald Trump, obviously. But some people don't have that opinion. And that's why we have to go through this bullshit. And it blows my fucking mind. You know what? I don't know if I want to, okay. The files came out themselves, what I'm going to say. Thank God the files came out themselves to, I think, help people better understand this and align themselves on the side of righteousness. Again, you don't have to be religious or whatever, but it's just like the morally righteous side. It's so obvious which side that is. The side without the pedophiles, right? So yeah, at least that can help unite rationally thinking Democrats and Republicans and say, this is not a fucking political issue. This is an issue of evil corrupting our government and therefore our country from the inside that we need to stamp out. Pedophiles are the low of the low, and the fact people can sweep it under the rug is actually insane. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Most people either can't think rationally on their own anymore or are so afraid to speak out against their party because of the repercussions is what's wrong with our country right now. It's sad. I think that this is the sad part. I think that people are very capable of thinking rationally. I think they are very logical. I think that most people are not fucking dumb. Like, they're not actually fucking stupid and idiotic and don't understand what's going on. But it's what you said. They are too afraid now to speak out. Like I said before, Pam Bondi understands what's happening. She understands the terrible situation that she's in, and yet she's, I guess, I would assume from her line of thinking, she's too far gone that this is the role she has to play. She has to be this person, the pedophile defender, right? She has to play this role. And that is the more sad part. It's not that she doesn't know, and other people like her, like Kash Patel, or people that still support Donald Trump. It's not that they don't know. It's that they somehow do some mental gymnastics to overlook it and carry on thinking the way that they've thought for years. They don't want to change their mind. And that's the scary part, that they will do whatever mental gymnastics is necessary to still be able to support Donald Trump. That's the fucking scary part, okay? And again, I really, really want to hammer this point home. It is, I was going to say okay. It's more than okay. It's great to be a Republican or a conservative, to be actively participating in politics. That's a wonderful thing, to actually make your voice heard, take your vote. I am not condemning Republicans or conservatives, okay? There's a massive fucking difference between a Trump supporter and a Republican and a conservative. A Trump supporter is a fucking idiot, or their heart is full of hate, or I can't even get in the mind of somebody like that. I can't even get in the mind of it. You're just a fucking idiot. And I guess that's the way it is, man. I don't know how to put it. A conservative is somebody with conservative values. They're two very fucking different things. So again, please, guys, please, in the comments of the stream or whatever, I keep saying this because it's so important. Please do not let this divide us into Democrats versus Republicans. That's not the fucking point. The last time I wanted to say that, I'm probably going to have to keep repeating that. Not because you're saying anything in chat that it's really, really important that this is a battle against evil, not a political battle. That's really important, okay? Not just politicians are doing this either. It's the everyday people. It's actually sad and depressing. Yes, dude, I'm sure that every single one of you knows somebody who was a Trump supporter, and it's sad. Agreed, it's his entire cabinet. They are willingly doing this without knowing it's wrong. Exactly. Again, I'm not in Pam Bondi's head. I can't know for sure, but I think it's clear. If you watch any of these clips, if you watch anything, if you see her actions, it is so obvious that she knows what she's doing is wrong and evil, and she is defending a pedophile and actively trying everything that she possibly can to slow down, the wheels of justice from spinning or whatever, to actually get Donald Trump thrown in prison. And she knows that that's the wrong thing to do, but this is the position that she's in, and from her perspective, I bet she would say there's no turning back now, which is why I said she is crawled so far into Satan's asshole that she can't see the light from outside. She can't find her way back out again from the inside of Satan's asshole. In that analogy, Satan being Donald Trump, if anyone was curious. Imagine if we had a Dem president right now and all this was going on with the files and nothing was happening. That would be so loud. There's a difference between Republican, conservative, and MAGA. Yes, a great point. It's not about the party that these evil people represent. It's about the fact that they are evil people running the country. Holy shit, man. Again, we don't usually get that political on the stream. All this is happening literally right now. I could not sit idly by and not say anything. Again, I know that my stream and my YouTube channel is not about politics, and that's okay. Again, this is because I'm a proud American. I'm still okay with saying that. I think everybody should have the same feeling. We are proud Americans. We are proud to live here. I'm proud to be born here. And because of that, I want to see the America that I live in thrive and be the best that it can be. And obviously, this is not a representation of that. This is some evil, heinous shit. And I think most rational thinkers don't want this as a part of their country. This is you know what I mean? This is some shit that you're going to look back on the history books and go, damn, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, man. I came for Pokemon and ended up getting some political stuff on my chest, yeah. Oh my god, bro. I don't even know if there's that much left to say at this point. I mean, I think this is happening potentially live. We can look up if there's any new information that's coming out. But it's just fucking crazy, bro. It's just fucking crazy. I had to say something. I mean, we can listen to what Jimmy Kimmel has to say, I guess. Sure, he's pretty funny. Let's see what he has to say. Maybe this will cheer us up a little bit, right? Considering all of the fucking dark themes that we've been talking about, potentially he could maybe spin this in a way that maybe makes somebody laugh. And I guess that would be a great way to, tie a bow on what we've been talking about, because I don't want everyone leaving here sad, depressed, and thinking that there's no hope for the future. That is the good part, right? That's the good part. Again, we keep coming back to this, that the rational American citizen is all on the same page together, regardless of what party you're a part of or anything like that. I think that most of us are really all on the same page. So just speaking loudly enough about this and potentially having some form of activism or something and allowing the wheels of justice to spin, I do strongly believe that we will end up in a better place than we are right now. So maybe he'll say something that can make us laugh, hopefully. Shout out Tyler Stamper, bro, in chat.
Exciting time of the year when all the big awards get handed out for show business. The Oscars are next month. This month we got the PGA awards, the WGA, the BAFTAs, the SAGs, and of course they're always coming up with new awards, not just here but all over the place. For instance, President Trump today became the first and definitely only recipient of the Undisputed Champion of Coal Award. That's right. He received this handsome trophy from the Washington Coal Club, which is a real organization. I think you have to shoot a polar bear to get into it or something. President Donald Trump has been named the Undisputed Champion of Coal, and may our lungs be as black as his heart. Congratulations. It looks just like him. Yet another worthless statuette for Fat King Coal. If you're keeping track, this brings his real award total to 0 now. He showed up to accept it. He was excited. All he wants is awards. All he wants is awards and for everything to be named after him. The Kennedy Center, Dulles Airport, Penn Station. I mean, if that's the way to keep him happy, why? I have another suggestion for something we could name after him, and it's big, and I think he'll like it because it's something everyone's talking about, something that he actually, unlike most everything else he wants named after him, deserves to be a part of. And I propose that we should think about adding his name to the Epstein files, or as with your cooperation and the cooperation of others, will heretofore be known as the Trump Epstein files. Have a nice ring to it. Why not put his name on the outside of the files, too? I mentioned last night the Congressman Jamie Raskin got to review the unredacted files. He found that the president's name, he searched it, appeared more than 1 million times. And that doesn't even
I've seen this clip.
3 million pages they still haven't released, which obviously puts MAGA in a bit of a fix. Popping up 1 million times isn't a positive for the Pizzagate party. And so now they're grabbing at anything they can, including a document that says when the authorities were finally closing in on Jeffrey Epstein back in 2006, Trump called the Palm Beach police chief and said, "Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this." That's right. And none of us said a word. And that's the evidence
That's
they
crazy.
want people to see right now. Trump also told the cops that Ghislaine Maxwell was evil, which is interesting because his guy in the DOJ moved her to a country club prison, and fewer than 5 years ago, he himself said, "I wish her well." But it's all just something to keep in mind when he mysteriously
Dude,
pardoned
saying "I wish her well" is fucking crazy.
Pam Bondi's turn in the hot seat. And this woman,
Let's see what he has to say about this.
This is the kind of woman who, if you lived next door to her, you'd move. You wouldn't even argue with her. You wouldn't you'd just relocate and never go back to the block. Pam Bondi, who famously said back in February of last year that she had Epstein's client list sitting on her desk. Somehow that list disappeared because those names are now redacted, and this hearing has been on the books for weeks, but the stakes were especially high for Pam because there are reports that Trump was complaining about her for not doing enough to punish his enemies or administer his enemas. So
Crazy.
Pam Bondi, with the Trump
This is insane.
Epstein files front and center now, had to butter that biscuit as bigly as she could.
I find it interesting that she keeps going after President Trump, the greatest president in American history. They said it couldn't be done in 4 years, yet President Trump has done it in 1 year. The majority of the American people wanted Donald Trump because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. Have you apologized to President Trump? He is the most transparent president in the nation's history.
That's what I'm saying. There's like nothing to even say because it's like it's just insane. Like it's just, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like when you're arguing with somebody and like they say stuff that is just like so laughably incorrect with a straight face, and you're like, are you an idiot? Or are you like doing this on purpose? Like, why would you say these things? It's just like there's no rational response like that is worthwhile with what Pam Bondi is saying, bro. So wild. This whole thing is cut and clipped for confirmation bias. I mean, big dog. I'll say this. I implore everyone that thinks that Donald Trump is getting an unfair representation, or Pam Bondi is getting an unfair representation, I implore you to watch the whole thing. And I think that you might change your mind.
On oversight of the Department of Justice.
We don't have to watch this whole thing. It is 4.5 hours, and it's still going on. But, dog, there is some crazy shit that is happening. And I think it's really important as American citizens to... It's very important as American citizens to not take this lightly, to care about this, and, like, not to brush things off and say that it's cut and clips for confirmation bias. When you see these insane clips, right? Like, they're coming from this. Does this make sense? Like, there's even more insane and disgusting and grotesque and horrific things being revealed in this video, right? And it's just taking perhaps maybe the most sensational moments that most people can get on board and say, wow, that's crazy. But let's not belittle the importance and the significance of this situation, right? At the same time, like, let's not overly sensationalize this. And I pray to God that this does not end up being, like, I keep on talking about this, but that this does not end up being a political talking point. Again, please, guys, please understand that this is not Democrats versus Republicans. This is good people versus the evil people in power, and that we as the good citizens have to find some way of stamping out the evil that is involved in running our country. That is what this is about. It is not about Democrats versus Republicans, liberals versus conservatives, or what the media wants you to think. It is about getting Donald Trump out of office, because he is an evil, sick, despicable human being, and I am ashamed as a proud American, as a patriot, that he is my president. Like, when people say, like, oh, not my president, like, no, he is. He is the president of America. I am a proud American patriot, and I am ashamed that he is our leader. And you don't have to feel the same way, whatever, but, like, you should. And we, again, as the American people, we have to take what is happening right now very fucking seriously, okay? This cannot be tolerated. This cannot be tolerated in our country. And again, I do believe that we will have a righteous resolution, okay? Because there are enough good people that point the fingers at the actual evil. And will speak loudly enough, regardless of what repercussions will like, befall upon them, okay? There are good people out there that want good things for this country and its people, and want the light to shine. Like there's like fucking Bible verses about this shit. Like, the light will shine, and yeah, like all evil will come to light, essentially, and like all lies and secrets will be revealed and shit like this. Like, this is really important, man. And after that, this resolution like comes, and, you know, again, like, hopefully, like, Donald Trump ends up in jail, Pam Bondi ends up in jail, and we hopefully move forward as a better, stronger, more unified America. This has to never happen again. Does that like, do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, this is some serious shit that I think that we can't, like, gloss over and make it into, like, I'm so afraid of this situation being turned into political talking points and further dividing the American people. Again, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican or who you support. It matters that you believe in the good faith of humanity. And also that humans are sinners. Again, we're talking about religious stuff because this is religious shit, bro. This is satanic shit that's happening, okay? If you're not religious, I understand that. I'm not, just hopefully you can get at what I'm getting at here, man. Like, humans are sinners and are capable of very horrific and evil things, but we're also inherently good. Again, we're going to talk a little bit about religious stuff. I understand that that's not everyone's cup of tea. What I'm trying to get at is that humans are God's creation. We are capable of so much good, okay? And we need to hold ourselves to that standard of righteousness, Okay, like it is literally that serious. Like you can talk, like say it's like hyperbole or whatever the fuck. And again, if you don't believe in religion, whatever, man. But like it literally is that serious. People need to only research and just not just agree with everything they say on X or Facebook, etc. I'm hearing a lot of labels thrown and not a lot of proof. Can we go over the actual accusation instead of just hating on the president? I will show. Okay, yes, I will show you one clip that I showed earlier in stream that I think is worth showing again. We showed this at the start of the stream. I think that this is really worth showing again for maybe those who are not keeping as up to date with what's going on. I'm very happy to show this again. I'm going to skip forward like a minute, I think. Or so, no, let's just show the whole thing. I'm going to show the entire thing. We're going to show this 5 minutes, okay?
Former Prince Andrew.
It's really, like,
Prince Andrew
watch.
attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face.
She won't even look
are
at them.
Evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I've been claiming my
Did you?
time.
Never
I agree
mentioned
with
it.
you. I agree with you. During
You not hear
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Chairman, please
that
stop the
we
clock. My time. Stop
sign
the clock.
the legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to reclaim my
ridiculous.
time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a
Okay,
witness.
really quick. We talked about this last. If you guys don't want to talk about or hear like actually horrific, grotesque shit, now's the time to click off. we were somebody asked in chat to like show like some actual accusations. This is a serious one. So again, not everyone wants to talk about this all the time. I understand that. I couldn't sit idly by and just like not mention this. I know we don't usually talk about this on my stream, but I had to talk about this today. I just like felt it in my soul that I needed to talk about this. So if you are not as interested in that, now's the time. I'm gonna play it now.
Who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
All right. That was what I wanted to show you. There's also countless other clips of. We showed that actually. Again, we showed this earlier in the stream. What they're talking about, right? Like her failure to interview and take statements from these witnesses, and in order to, again, we said this before, to slow down the wheels of justice, to defend Donald Trump. She knows what he's done. She does not, or she wants to at least slow down as much as she possibly can the consequences for his actions. It's very clear what's happening. She failed to interview this witness. She failed to interview and take statements from verified survivors of Epstein's Island. We showed that earlier in the stream. It's not like being bad at her job. It is a choice. It's a choice. And yes, you can like say like, well, you know, like these are eyewitness accounts or witness testimonies or whatever. Like they could be lying or like what, like you can make so many fucking arguments, right? About like, well, you know, we can't know for sure. The fact that they refuse to take the statements and interview these people, I think tells you everything that you need to know. That was 90% this guy framing his questions to fit his narrative and not allowing her to respond to the first question. I really, again, like this, like I want to make this point very clear. This is not like a political discussion about bashing one groups of people ideals over another and saying you got like we're right, you guys are wrong, or whatever the fuck. Like this is about pointing out specific evil people in power and those that are defending them. And Pam Bondi is one of the people defending an evil person in power. Okay? I implore you to look at some of Pam Bondi's responses, like when she does respond. It's laughable. It's laughable. Which is like, it's fucked up because of like the severity of the situation. But genuinely, some of her responses are laughable. That's just the truth of the matter. I implore you to look into this for yourself. If you're saying that you don't believe in short clips and like you're not giving a chance to speak. I showed you before. Go to just look, if you just look up literally just look up Pam Bondi on YouTube, and then you'll see this 4.5 hour long hearing. Just watch it. Just watch it. And you can pick out clips that you are more interested in. I was showing the clips that I was interested in. It's like, it's sad. It's sad. I'll just put it that way. It's sad. I want to make that like so very clear that this is not like, this is like, again, if you're like less willing to get on board, maybe you haven't seen all this stuff and you think it might be like a gotcha media thing, like certain propaganda and whatever. It's okay to have that as an initial reaction to certain, I don't know, to certain sensationalized media, right? It's okay to have that as an initial reaction, but please do the due diligence of verifying that immediate reaction and then, thinking about, okay, is the clips that I'm seeing that are painting these people in an evil, dark, twisted, satanic light, is that just the truth of the matter? Or is there some kind of like big fucking conspiracy happening where these are actually the good guys and the wool's being pulled over the American people's eyes, right? Because I would say that the wool's actually just recently been revealed and removed from the American people's eyes, and we're seeing the dark and twisted shit, like the twisted underbelly of the government. It's just, yeah. I'm not going to go into like this like argument and talking about, well, let's find more clips and like, is she not getting a chance to respond? Is this gotcha stuff? I'm just going to tell you it's not gotcha media. And if you believe that, that's okay. Just please look into it for yourself and then like circle back tomorrow maybe and see if you've changed your mind or if you've cemented your beliefs and you have certain like clips to like show why you think that or whatever. Honestly, I don't really care. I'm just showing you guys clips of this hearing. And like I'm not trying to like, I'm like, that's all I'm doing. I'm like, this happened. I didn't fucking like, this isn't AI. I didn't fucking, you get what I'm saying? I just looked up Pam Bondi on YouTube and this insane shit came up. That's all I did. I'm not trying to fucking make some grand conspiracy here. I'm just pointing out the truth of the matter. All right? And again, if you're not willing to take my word for it, good. I'm just some fucking guy. I'm just some fucking guy on the internet that doesn't even talk about politics, but this was so upsetting to me that I couldn't hold my tongue. Again, we're not like, this is not going to be a political stream. We're not going to talk about politics on this channel in the future that much and that in depth as we are today. I could not sit by and not talk about this. That's why I'm live right now. Okay? That's all I really have to say. If you are more interested in this and you want some more like first, what do I call it? First person resources or whatever, right? Like this is the source right here. This is 4.5 hours long. Just the full hearing. You can go and watch this yourself. You can leave it on in the background and just listen to it as you go about your day or whatever the fuck and get the full picture if that's what you're interested in. But I am telling you the truth. I am not trying to lie to you. I'm not trying to like make you think some kind of way. I am just showing you what I've seen. And what I've seen was so despicable and haunting and scary that I could not help but go live and talk about it. And I'm just a fucking guy that plays Pokemon on the internet. Like that's how insane it was that I had to talk about this. That's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, I didn't want to make this into like a big fucking shit slinging match. So I'm probably going to end stream pretty soon. But yeah, I implore you guys to look into this and to get like politically active in some way. Like either like talking about it like I am right now or like, I don't know, like convince maybe one of your friends to like, again, like look more into this that might be, more inclined to support Donald Trump and defend pedophilia in the White House. Talk about this. Again, like pedophilia is a taboo thing to discuss in general. And I understand that like as a general thing, but what is happening right now is so significant that like we all need to like fucking step up to the plate and like make your voice heard. It's just like, it's just insane to me, right? Do you know what I mean? Like this is like, it's not one of those times where it's like, okay, that's not dinner time conversation, if that makes sense. Like this needs to be discussed right now, which is why I'm discussing it. And I implore you guys to do the same. Go talk about it with your friends and family. Maybe like not the specifics and shit with like your children and nieces and nephews, but you know what I mean? Like keep everybody safe and stranger danger kind of thing or whatever, if that makes sense. But like whatever tone or whatever is appropriate to talk about who you're talking about this to, obviously like use the appropriate tone and language, but this does need to be discussed. I think with like literally every single American citizen. you cannot ignore this. It's so fucking important that we as the American people do not ignore this. So that's really all I had to say. I think I'm probably going to end stream. Honestly, I'm probably going to stream again in like an hour, and we're just going to play video games, and I'm not going to fucking talk about this anymore. But that's what this is. I had to say something, so I just said it. I'm going to move on now. Again, I'm going to like know my place. I'm not a political streamer. I don't intend on having a bunch of political discussion on my stream or on my videos. This was a one-off thing, and I think we did it. So yeah, in the future, I'm probably not going to talk about this as much. If other developments happen, I might feel the need to, but I think we pretty much covered it. So yeah, I'll probably be back on in like an hour or something to like play some game and just like fucking chill. And like we're not going to talk about this again, but I had to say something. I said something. Make of it what you will. Right? That's really all I got for you guys. Have a great rest of your night, day, whatever. Stay safe, man. And you know, every day wake up and choose to be a good person, I guess is all I can really say. Good night, guys.